Hello and welcome to Ngāhui Reserve in Auckland, New Zealand, Oceania Football Confederation's home of football for another OFC Monthly. I'm Gordon Watson. In this edition, we will relive the highlights of the OFC Under-19 Women's Championship. We'll pay tribute to the late Francine, Lockington. We also meet Fiji's Under-19 captain, and we check in with the All Whites and Bonitos as they prepare for the final home and away encounter in their bid to advance to the Intercontinental Playoff, before wrapping with our social responsibility program, Just Play, in the Solomon Islands. First up, OFC hosted 6 women's football teams at its home of football to find out who would win the coveted OFC U19 Women's Championship. A groundbreaking local welcoming ceremony marked the official start in Auckland. In an historic first for football in Oceania, all teams, football officials and dignitaries were welcomed onto Ngāhui Reserve with a powerful traditional Māori pōwhiri. The colourful parade of teams in their uniforms and cultural costumes portrayed the true meaning of the pōwhiri, which is the gradual process of the tangata whenua, people of the land, and the manuwhiri, the visitors coming together as one. This message was emphasised by Tour Jimmy Penny from Ruapōtaka Marae in Glen Innes during his opening address. Tonga's head coach Christian Cornetti made a speech on behalf of the 6 teams competing at the OFC U19 Women's Championship.
I would like to extend a very hearty vote of thanks to you all, tangata whenua, for gracing us the opportunity to showcase our talent in your good country.
OFC Competition Director Chris Kemp addressed the gathering on behalf of the Confederation.
And it is now my pleasure to declare the OFC Under-19 Women's Championship 2017 open.
Three matches of varied but equally entertaining styles were the order of the day as the OFC U19 Women's Championship got underway at Ngāhui Reserve, with wins to New Zealand, Fiji and New Caledonia. It was goals galore for New Zealand as they downed FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup 2016 host Papua New Guinea 12-0 in the day's opener.
Yeah, pleasing to get a good result and score some goals. In all reality, the first half performance was poor from the standards that we kind of demand of future football ferns. But credit to them, we spoke through some things pretty honestly at half time and came out and executed what we asked them to do. So really pleased with the application in the second half and pleased to get the tournament off on a win.
A well-drilled Fiji side then secured a 4-0 victory over Tonga. For a tightly fought contest between New Caledonia and Samoa resulted in a 1-0 win for the Francophone side.
Oui, très content, notamment que l'équipe de Samoa nous a posé énormément de problèmes, tant bien que physiquement que tactiquement, ils étaient bien en place. Et donc oui, on est très content de gagner notre premier match.
Despite a dull day weather-wise, New Zealand and Papua New Guinea both picked up 3 points on match day 2, while Tonga and Samoa had to battle for a draw. It was another high-scoring encounter for New Zealand as they swept aside Fiji 9-1.
I think we, assistant coach and I were just talking, I think more complete than game 1. We left a lot of opportunities still out there, which is an area for us to look at, but yeah, pleased with the result. Thought there's a lot to like about Fiji, so credit to them. I thought they pressed and showed some good energy, and some of those elements we need to probably apply to our game more. But yeah, tough conditions, so pleased with today. Fiji were a little bit more aggressive in their pressing. I thought their transition to defence was excellent, so it did make life hard. The conditions were more of a challenge than the first game as well. So yeah, different sort of challenges, and yeah, good to get some contest in the games as well.
Papua New Guinea found their feet to secure a convincing 7-0 victory over New Caledonia in the day's second match.
Yes, I was, despite the win against us. They were able to perform well. My instructions that I gave from the outside, they were able to follow well, and they were able to score. With our first game against New Zealand, we sat deep and we were more defensive. But with this game, we had to press very high, and we had chances to convert those attacking moments into goals.
And Samoa took a first half lead, but Tonga came back in the second half, forcing them to take a share of the points with a 1-1 draw. A cloud of sadness hung over each of the games on match day 3 of the Under-19 Women's Championship as news of the passing of Fiji youth international Francine Lockington filtered through the team camps. However, with a job to do, all 6 teams set about continuing their campaigns as best they could, with Papua New Guinea coming from behind to secure a 4-1 win over Tonga. New Zealand ran out to a 12-0 victory against New Caledonia. Fiji struck first but allowed Samoa back into the match, and the two teams ultimately proved inseparable thanks to a late equaliser from Fiji locking the teams up at 2-2. It was a tough outing for the Fijian girls, who were still visibly shaken by the loss of their teammate, and Fiji coach Saroj Kumar dedicated his side's valiant performance to Lockington, who passed away on Saturday. With 3 wins under their belt, New Zealand are on track for their 7th consecutive appearance at a FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup. But with Papua New Guinea hot on their trail and Fiji and New Caledonia close behind, the defending champions' Day 4 encounter is a must-win. New Zealand have effectively claimed their place at the FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup with a match in hand after beating Samoa 6-0.
Yeah, pleased with coming out with the win. Very challenging conditions. I think some of our smartest football was actually when the weather was at its worst. So we played some good wet weather football, I thought, which is something we definitely don't train. But yeah, pleased to get out of here with another win and another opportunity to play in a different style and some more experience for some of these girls.
New Caledonia picked up their second victory of the competition with a 3-1 victory over Tonga, before a thrilling encounter saw Fiji hold off a comeback from Papua New Guinea to claim a 3-2 win. The Kiwis' 4 from 4 record earned them an unattainable lead in the standings going into their 5th and final match with Tonga, but they weren't given an easy passage by a determined Samoa side. With one hand already on the OFC Under-19 Women's Championship trophy, New Zealand completed a clean sweep in their final match of the competition against Tonga. The six-time champions took home a 9-0 victory to close out their successful campaign.
Pleased to come through with a fifth win. We played really well first half, the best 45 minutes of our campaign so far. A little bit scrappy the second half. We made some subs which kind of broke the flow a little bit, but we finished strongly, which was pleasing as well.
Fiji secured their best ever placing at an OFC Under-19 women's event after beating New Caledonia 2-1 to finish second. The competition wrapped with Papua New Guinea's 1-1 draw with Samoa in the final encounter of the match to ensure their place on the podium. Champions New Zealand picked up the Fair Play Award, going 5 matches without a single caution. In the individual awards, an impressive display from Emma Main saw her skip past her teammates Samantha Tafaru and Hannah Blake to take home the Golden Boot Award with 11 goals in 5 games. As well as taking home their silver medals, Fiji also scooped a couple of individual awards of their own. Goalkeeper Atefa Tua took home the Golden Glove, while captain Luisa Tamanitoakula earned the Golden Ball for Player of the Tournament.
Yeah, we've had a few days to sink in, I guess, but it's certainly nice, and it's a big part of the qualification of Oceania is experience of World Cups. So this is a really talented group. Most of these players have already played on the world stage before, so I think we can take some real confidence going into a major event where it's not the first time for us. A lot of the other nations may be the first time at a World Cup, so we'll have that as an advantage for us, and we won't be going as underdogs. We want to win games. We want to get out of the group. We want to put on a good display.
The Oceania Football Confederation is deeply saddened with the passing of Fiji Under-19 goalkeeper Francine Lockington, who passed away in Lautoka on Saturday the 15th of July. Lockington was due to travel to New Zealand with her teammates to participate in the championship, but withdrew shortly before the team departed Fiji for Auckland due to illness. A promising young talent, Lockington picked up the Golden Glove Award at the Under-17 Women's Championship last year, and also won the Fiji FA Women's Footballer of the Year. She was finally laid to rest in Bar on 26th of July with her teammates in attendance.
Hello, my name is Francine Lockington. I hail from Kandau and I'm from Fiji. And I'm the goalkeeper. I was saying my little prayer, asking the Lord to give me strength to face the ball. Sometimes I would just sing to myself and sing praises to the Lord, and I believe that He's helped me. My auntie, she was the national keeper. Her daughter is the captain of our team, my cousin. And at first I was disheartened because my position was, I used to play fullback, and they put me as goalkeeper. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't want to play this position. But then, I don't know, I just came out here and I did what was best. I trained, and this is how far it's brought me.
It's really nice, knowing that I can count on her, because, we played together from when we were little, and we've been together for so long. From when we were really small, she started first, and then I joined in, and so she's been a good player up front, but she's better than, she tried goalkeeper just last year.
Football means a lot, because I started playing when I was in class 4 actually. I started playing football when I was in class 4, and then I joined my first women's team in class 4.
Of Golden Glove to Francine Lockington of Fiji.
Some of us like to be alone, some of us like to have fun. Some of us are really serious with our training, but then at the end of the day, we're sisters, and obviously we'll be together. And but we enjoy each other's company, and our coaches are really they're really awesome towards us. They encourage us mostly. Our team is, I think our team is like really strong together. Being goalkeeper is not my favorite position. I would like to play up front and score as usual. I always do that, But I think this is another stepping point for me with encouragement back home, and I think my mom will keep me training now since I've got this. Yeah. Now I just like to wish the other teams all the best. I hope that this competition won't bring rivalry between us, our countries, and I wish you all the best in your training, and I'd like to advise you to put God first always, and yeah, thank you.
Luisa Tamanitoa-Kula is one of the new generation of Fijian footballers who made her mark at the recent Under-19 Women's Championship, captaining her side as Fiji made their debut at this level. She took up football when she was in Year 5 and was immediately drafted into the Bar FC Women's Development Squad. She made her debut for her country with the national senior women's team at the 2015 Pacific Games in Papua New Guinea. The 16-year-old A.D. Patel College Year 13 student was the leading goal scorer for Fiji Under-19s, netting 7 goals in total to help Fiji secure silver and the recipient of the Golden Ball Award at this championship.
Responsibility, but like in everything we make teamwork as major priority, and that's how things will be.
She has got that qualities that makes her a good leader. She speaks out roles, she controls the girls, and as well she also comes to us for anything. So she is a very open-minded person who tries to improve the performance of her team as well and keep everybody together.
It's a good start for the Fiji team, and one day, as Vicky said, yeah, but they were tough, big girls.
So it was a bit difficult?
Yeah, but we managed them through teamwork, like you said. Yeah. Everyone back in Fiji. Yes, very much. Teamwork.
The biggest clash of 2017 is just a couple of weeks away, with New Zealand and the Solomon Islands meeting on the 1st of September at QBE Stadium in Auckland for the first leg of their 2018 FIFA World Cup Russia qualifier, OFC Stage 3 final, before travelling to Solomon Islands for Leg 2 at Lawson Tama Stadium in Honiara on the 5th of September. As both sides prepare for the encounter, New Zealand football talked with Chris Wood, Costa Barbarouses and Anthony Hudson on the challenge of the Solomon Islands, as they look to become the third New Zealand team to qualify for a FIFA World Cup.
We're up first at home, so hopefully we can get off to a good start. But we know what they're like. We've played them many times before, both home and away. They're going to be a tough side. They're going to be up for it, ready. But we'll make sure we're ready and capable of doing the job.
It's the sort of part of the cycle that's really exciting for us, because we do get to come home and play games, whereas in the sort of 2-3 years before that, it's quite rare for us to play at home. So obviously a massive game as well, home and away, that we just need to, you know, put stuff that we've learned from here into those games as well, because every international window is very important for us in terms of getting to where we need to be.
It is a final. Come the end of the day, it's home and away, best team wins, and we need to prepare right for that game as we do for these games. We'll make sure we do everything proper and true, and we'll be ready. The away game is going to be a tough test. Both going to be tough games, but over there, it's sort of that, you know, unpredictability. You know, we've got a great backroom staff that organise everything to a T for us, and there's still sort of things that can come up over there, non-football related, that we sort of need to push aside and just put in a performance, and the result will take care of itself. And then at home, obviously, we need to back ourselves and put in a good performance, so we know everything's going to be great. The field's going to be really good for us. So yeah, we're just going to go in with a lot of confidence and hope to push on from there. We like playing in front of the New Zealand fans. It gives the extra boost, it gives everybody an added lift, and fans mean huge amounts in terms of football and bringing teams through. So it'll be great to see them out in numbers. You don't need any extra motivation really. It's so much to play for. You know, boys have, you know, been through a few cycles, and there's some that haven't, and to experience it is great. And I'm not looking too far ahead, but November is going to be a great occasion as well if we get there, and that's the carrot at the end of these games against Solomon Islands, and something that we need to work really hard to get to that stage, because it's not going to be easy against Solomon Islands. Job is for September. We need to get that done, and then we can look to the future if we're lucky enough. But I'm sure we'll be all fully focused, ready for September, and then we'll move on from there.
They're a good team. They're a, you know, difficult team to play against. They've got some really, really good individuals. I know going over there is going to be tough. You know, these are incredibly tough games, and you know, we respect them, and we'll prepare properly. You know, we'll have our best team available, and we'll make sure we prepare for those games exactly the same way we do every other game, but we go there and we're confident. We're confident that we get the job done.
Solomon Islands had a much tougher journey to the final, and we caught up with Benito's coach after their match with Papua New Guinea.
New Zealand is extremely tough opponent. They haven't lost a match in this area of the world in quite a while. So I am happy because we have some time to prepare, but it's not going to be easy. It's going to be extremely hard. Everybody knows the potential of New Zealand, but I believe Solomon football is getting much better than what it used to be.
The progression is because they want to progress, and because they want to work, and because they want to get better, and because they believe in what I am saying to them, because it's really important that they believe something. I mean, if I talk to them and I try to coach them, but they don't believe what the coach message is, or the system, or the training, or anything, it's really hard to accomplish anything. So the coach work, it shows on the field. I don't play, so they are the ones that kind of follow. So for me the progression is huge.
I believe it. I have to believe it. I am the coach. If I don't believe that we are going to win, I shouldn't be coaching. So I believe they are going to do well. They've been training hard. I think they are motivated. We should do well.
The aggregate winner of the two clashes will continue to the two-legged intercontinental playoff against CONMEBOL's fifth-place team in November. The winner of that match qualifies for the 2018 FIFA World Cup in Russia next year. And finally, in Football Mad Solomon Islands, the OFC Just Play program is working for a fairer, more inclusive society. It is also making football dreams come true. This is Honiara Christian Academy, where Just Play is very much part of the students' lives. We caught up with their school principal during our recent visit, and I believe it's safe to say that Just Play is changing the gender game.
The most impact I have is with the gender balance. Like Melanesian-wise, we thought that men are always the boss and ladies are to be submitted to the men, obviously. But then as we continue with the program, the boys realized that they had to have the same respect towards the girls. I'm happy about this to that extent. I see that my staffs are handling the sports program with planned programs. I'm so thankful about this program because it provides facilities and equipment that not only you are trying to implement the program, but providing facilities as to for the teachers to implement to the children. It is a good thing that the community leaders to really seek out advices as to involve Just Play program into the communities, because they implement basic concepts that children should know how to prevent themselves from NCD and to know how to respect others in gender and to know how to communicate and do things socially and respect others. So I really like this program to implement more within the communities. One of the main things that I found with Just Play program is not about sports, but it's about teaching, implementing the basic concepts that a particular child should have, the basic before learning other things, like getting them to know about their health, getting them to know about their physical, communication with other children. I think Just Play is not only implementing sports, but implementing basic concepts as to one particular needs to learn. So I think it's a good thing that everyone must be part of this, yeah, so that we can work together in helping our children as well as the nation.
With another action-packed month ahead of us, OFC Monthly will be with you every step of the way. Goodbye for now, and we hope you can join us next time.